Hello, so I'm fucking hoping and praying that the lighting and everything will be fine. I'm currently trying to film on my phone and my camera broke. So I've wanted to film this for weeks, but I get too mad every time I try to film it. And I was on FaceTime with my friend last night and I was telling her some of the stories that I wanted to say. And she was losing her mind over it. I'm like, this is fucking horrible.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
And so this is the stories of the worst customers that I had when I was working at McDonald's. I already quit, don't work there anymore, but to give you a glimpse into the abuse that fucking fast food workers get. So there was a lady that she went through the drive-thru, and then she parked and came inside. So my coworker was there, and it was just me and him for like the front of the store, and it was really slow. It was maybe like 3 or something. Lady comes in and she's like, oh, like my fries weren't hot, could you guys maybe like get me some new ones? And I was like, yeah, that's fine, like it'll be 3 minutes. So I put a basket down for her and she was like, okay, cool, thanks. And she was being nice. I was like, okay, this is normal, like she just wants new fries. And something changed in this woman. She just snapped and she was like, whoever's in the back like taking orders for the drive-thru is dumb, a bimbo, and a bitch. And I knew that she didn't do anything. So I just asked the lady like really nicely. I was like, hey, could you like maybe not say that about my coworker? And this lady just broke, just fucking went off on me and started screaming at me, started yelling. And by now my coworker that was up in the front with me was in the office because he was the manager. So it was just me left in the front dealing with this lady. And she was just like, what the fuck? Like, I'm the customer. You can't speak to a customer like that. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you think you could say that? And I'm just like, people yell at me, I cry. And she was like, oh, let me speak to your manager right now. I was going to the fucking back to get my coworker, and he's only like maybe like a year or two older than me. He's like 20, I think. And he's wearing like a button up with like a tie, but he has like longer hair. Like he's just like a normal fucking guy, but he's a manager. So he goes to the front to talk to this lady, and the lady looks him up and down and says,
you don't look like a manager. I don't want to speak with you. Give me the number for corporate now.
It was before he even said anything. He didn't even say like, hi, how are you? Just immediately, like, you don't look like a manager. I don't want to talk to you. And we gave her the fries, and then my manager was writing down like the number to call the owner of our store because it's like it was an independently owned thing. I thought that was gonna be it. I thought she would shut her mouth and leave because we gave her what she wanted. There's no reason for her to still be there. This woman looks at me, looks at my name tag, and is like,
I want you fired. I'm gonna tell them that I want you fired.
And then also my coworker in the back, like,
you two need to be fired.
I'm like, okay, do it then. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, fucking fire me then. Like, the next one was, this one was more recent. So, this was like, maybe like 2 weeks ago. This was right before I quit. This lady is in the drive-thru, and I'm in the back with my little headset, like taking orders, taking money, whatever. That's what I would usually do. It was my usual spot. And the prices had gone up because we are independently owned. The owners can make the prices whatever they want. They got rid of the dollar menu, $2.29 I think for a McChicken. And then cheeseburger is like $1.89 or some shit. Like, they made everything go up. This woman, it's like, can I get one McChicken? I'm like, okay. So I put it, I'm like, okay, it'll be like $2.29 or something. And she starts getting so angry, and she's like,
really? Why isn't it $1? The board says it's $1.
And I told her, I'm like, yeah, like we changed the prices, like the price went up, now it's blank. She just started saying like, oh, like,
well, the board says that the price is $1. So I'm gonna need you to make it $1.
Like, I just told her, like, I can't change the prices. I don't make the prices, the owner does. Can't change the prices, like, it's this much money, it's not $1 anymore, it changed this date, like, whatever. And she was getting fucking mad at me for no goddamn reason. Like, I don't make the prices, I'm a cashier. Yeah, so this lady starts getting mad, and she's like,
Let me speak to your manager.
but my manager was literally nowhere in the store. I didn't know where the hell she was, but a lady that was above the manager was there. She's like a supervisor or something, I don't know. She works with the owners, but she was there to like visit and check in. And I call her over, and I give her the headset, and she's speaking to this woman, and she's like,
yeah, like I'm so sorry, like the price went up. It's now $2.29. It's not like $1 anymore. Like we're just changing prices. Like I'm so sorry about that. Blah blah blah. Do you still want it?
and she was like getting more mad. Like I didn't hear what she said because I did not have the headset on. And then my supervisor just handed me the headset back and walked outside to check the board of what the price in the drive-thru said. Walked outside of the building. And so the lady pulled up to the next window. And I thought that this was resolved. Whatever happened, I thought it was resolved. Because she hands me her card so I can charge her and I give her her receipt. And I'm expecting, okay, she's going to drive away. So I'm already talking to the next customer. I'm like, hi, what can I get for you? Taking their order. I ended up just completely blacking out of whatever this customer was saying because I was getting yelled at again by the same goddamn lady.
Why did you charge me $2.29? It's $1.
Oh, this is something I forgot. She also had a quarter-pounder meal, and she told me large. Large. She wanted a quarter-pounder meal, large. So I gave her the McChicken and the quarter-pounder meal large. And I charged her for it already. I can't do shit. I can't give a refund. I'm not a manager. I'm a cashier. I already charged you. I told you how much it was. It's like 9 something because the quarter pounder and a McChicken. So I charged her already. I gave her her receipt. She started pressing me. She's like, she asked me about the McChicken, like why it was that much. I'm like, I can't change the price. And then she started getting mad at me about the meal. I told you large. I double checked with you twice that you wanted the large meal. She's like,
Yeah, but like, I wanted medium.
and I told her, I already charged you. And this woman, keep in mind, supervisor, still outside, looking at the board. I can see her on my screen. She is outside of the building. There is no possible way for me to go fucking outside through the whole restaurant to go get her right now because I have other customers to deal with.
Yeah, well, what's the price difference between the medium and the large?
I'm like, 40 cents. It is a 40-cent difference.
I'm not paying this because you didn't give me my right order. You got it wrong.
I'm like, I'm just telling her, like, I already charged you. Do you want a refund? Like, I already charged you. I can get my.
She's like, yes, get your manager.
How the fuck am I supposed to get her? She's outside. So I tell this lady, I'm like, my manager's actually outside right now. Like, she's looking at the board like you asked her to. Like, she's looking at the board to check the price for you. And the lady's like,
Yeah, because it's false advertisement that it's $1 and then you charged me more than that. Where's your manager?
I told her, like, again, I'm like, she is outside looking at the board to help you.
And she's like, fine, whatever.
But then she started getting more mad. And I was literally like already upset and like mad. And I'm trying to listen to this other dude that's fucking ordering in my ear. Like, can I get a Big Mac? Like, whatever. I'm trying to do that. So I'm trying to just block this lady out. I'm like, whatever, she'll drive away to the next window. But she doesn't. Instead, she starts berating me and yelling at me. Keep in mind, when I'm at work, I don't have my wig on. I don't have my makeup done. I am literally wearing a big ass coat, and my work uniform, because it's fucking cold. This woman looks at me and says,
You are a dumb whore. A dumb whore.
and she kept going.
She's like, you're horrible at your job. Why do they hire people like you? You're a bitch and you're a dumb whore.
And by then I'm fucking crying. I was crying. There were tears going down my face. I'm still trying to take this guy's order. So I'm trying to just ignore her. And then she hears me like, breathing heavily because I'm crying because she's yelling at me. And she decides to say,
Why are you laughing at a customer? What the fuck is wrong with you? You can't laugh at a customer.
And I told her, I'm like, I'm not laughing. I'm crying. And she's like,
Fucking whatever.
and like drove to the next window. She gets to the next window. She tells all my coworkers that I'm an idiot and a dumb bitch, whatever the fuck else she said. I was on the other side of the restaurant. And then she leaves. And the restaurant slows down. There's no cars in the drive-thru, so I go to the front and I'm talking to my manager, trying to explain what happened. And she looks at me and she says,
Maybe you should have been nicer.
and I told her, I am going to quit my job. And I just gave the headset to someone and put it on the counter, and I was like, someone else go there. I'm not dealing with this today. That was like 3 days before I quit. This one's more funny than stupid, and it also didn't happen to me. It happened to Sebastian because he also was working with me. So he was in the drive-thru, and a guy pulls up, and he's ordering, and he's saying,
Can I get the lunchtime powerhouse special?
Sir, what the fuck is that? What the fuck did you just ask for? What is a lunchtime powerhouse special? Excuse me? Like, we don't sell that. What is that? Sebastian was obviously like, what? Like what? What's that? And then the guy asked,
Can I get a big and juicy?
what's that? What do you mean? What do you want? What are you trying to order? The manager came out, and I don't know how she knew this, but she said, this man wants a Big Mac and a quarter pounder. And she just like instantly like knew what this guy wanted. And I had no goddamn idea what this guy meant, where he got that from, like what the fuck? Like it's nowhere on our menu board. And then I was at a different McDonald's with my friend. I looked at the board and I was losing my shit. I don't know if you can see this. This is the advertisement at a different McDonald's. Not ours, a different one. This happened to one of my coworkers that I loved, that I wasn't there. I was just informed of this, but it's funny, so I'm including it. I think it's in California, or at least in like my area, that we do not have spicy McChickens. We only have regular McChickens. But this guy came in and he was like, can I get the spicy McChicken? And my coworker said, we don't have that. And he called her a bitch and walked out of the building. The 100 Big Macs order, where a lady came in. She sits down in the lobby. She's ordering. She asks, can I get 100 Big Macs? We're like, what? Like, come again? You want what? Yeah, I want 100 Big Macs. 100. 100 Big Macs. And we're like, okay, ring her up. It's like $300 or something. And then she asks, but can you do it in 20 minutes? Like, I need to go. Like, can you get it done in 20 minutes? And we're like, no. It's gonna be more than 100 Big Macs. Yeah, the lady got mad, but like we ended up using a fucking sauce box to stack all her goddamn Big Macs in and take it out to her. But she got it, but why do you need that many burgers? You're going to the White House? Someone else ordered 1,200 chicken nuggets. 1,200. It was like, I think it was 80 orders of 20 nuggets. And they don't come in boxes of 20. They come in boxes of 10. So that was 160 10 nugget boxes. I was in charge of counting them. And if you know me, I have 3 brain cells, dropped out of college, and I can't do math for shit. So imagine me did the big ass sauce carton that we put like a gallon of barbecue cups in. Just 1, 2, 3, for 160. So then another lady came. This was on Christmas. Yes, I worked Christmas Eve and Christmas, and I worked the closing shift for both. And The line was horrible. Everyone was ordering at least $40 worth of food, and I was in the back again taking orders for drive-thru. And this lady comes through, and she orders $100 worth of food, which is fine, whatever. Like, I got her order correct, and then she pulled to the next window. And it wasn't anything she did to me, but it was her kid in the car was asking her for, like, a toy or something that she wanted from the store. I just heard her, like, Mom, like, can I get this? And she turns around and fucking screams at this child and is like, you can't get that because we don't have any money. As she just handed me a $100 bill for McDonald's. That was just very irritating to me. And this one might get me in trouble talking about it. Maybe, I don't know. But one of the rudest customers I had was fucking Nick Crompton from Team 10. And this man pulled up in a fucking gold Jeep. And I was in the back again taking orders. And I just hear like, oh, I have a mobile order. So I was checking and it's fucking Nick Crompton mobile order. So I pull it up. It's like $40 worth of food. I'm like, okay, cool. So he pulls up to the next window and I'm like, did you already pay in the app? Says fucking nothing. Just ignores me. I'm like, did you pay in the app? Did you pay in the app? Because I need to know so I can press either pay with app, pay with card. How are you paying for your food, sir? I am trying to get your order done. Did you pay with the mobile app? Dead silence. Ignores me. I'm like, so I just pressed pay with mobile app and hoped for the fucking best. Thankfully, he did. He could have told me that, but he didn't. He ignored me twice. And so I just gave him his receipt and I went to hand him his receipt. And as my hand, this is the window, this is his car. I'm trying to reach out, hand him his receipt. And he fucking drives away. Like, it could have hurt my arm so goddamn bad. And just drove away. Like, you can see I'm handing you something. What the fuck? Like, looked at me and then drove away. Like, fuck you. Like, what the fuck? I'm a person. Talk to me. Like, I'm asking you a question about your order. I'm not like, oh, can I take a fucking picture with you? I'm like asking, like, did you pay with the mobile app? Like, it was rude as hell. Like, I'm not a robot. Like, I'm a person trying to give you service. So it was just really rude to me. Like, even if he wasn't, like, Nick Crompton, if it was anyone, like, that's rude. Like, people do that all the time, and it's rude to everyone. Like, just tell me, like, yeah, I paid with the app already. Like, okay, cool, thanks. Here's your receipt. Have a good day. I think that's all of my stories that I have. At least the ones I can remember. I don't know how long this is. But I hope you enjoyed me screaming about my goddamn awful job that I quit, because people treat workers at McDonald's so bad for no reason. And it's horrible. I would cry like almost every day at work. I would go cry in the fridge. I would cry when I got on my break. I would cry in the bathroom. I would cry when I got off work and in my Uber to go home. I would be just crying all the fucking time. I'd get home and just cry. My mom was so mad that I was still working there because I was just crying every single day, and she was seeing it and she was like worried as fuck because I'm just crying all the time because of my job. I would come home and be like, Mom, you'll never believe what just happened. And yeah, so that's couple of the horrible customers I had while working at McDonald's. Thank you for watching. I'm trying to be more active with my content, like make more videos, but I can feel my blood pressure just rose. So thank you for watching. Have a good day, and